But without question, the big news is, not even making the squad, is Raheem Sterling. Now, you could say, has he got an injury? Perhaps, but his representatives have already issued a statement concerning this. That tells me it's not just an injury. Lee, I'm going to come to you first. Sterling, does he have a future at Chelsea Football Club?
Well, after being left out of the squad today, you'd have to say no. I think they've been pretty ruthless at Chelsea. They've left a lot of good players to one side and cast them out and made them train with the reserves. And it's a shock. I think everybody's expecting it. I think we've seen that Raheem Sterling has come out and said he's come back early and trained extra to get fit and have a good start. And this is a bit of a bombshell that's been dropped on him.
Carlton, I mean, when you look at, I know some of the names that have been mentioned. Chilwell, I mean, he's had his injury issues. Chukwuemeka hasn't made the squad as well. But Sterling, that just stands out.
Look, for me, how are they going to go about... I just feel that what they've done, you can't ostracise certain types of players. That's very influential in the dressing rooms as well. He's got a lot of respect in the dressing room, Raheem Sterling. He's such a great guy. I've come into London with him a few times, and I just feel there's a certain way you have to deal with characters in the dressing room, and I don't know whether this is coming from the manager or it's coming from above, but there's obviously something wrong there. And for his team to come out with a statement saying that he's not injured, basically, and he should be around. He's
They're
training.
saying he's contracted for another 3 years.
And they're talking about his contract as well. So what are they expecting from him? Sometimes you just gotta. I don't know how they're going to shift him. If that's what they want to do, I don't know how they're going to shift him. He's got 3 years left on big money, and like he's not, unless they pay him off. That's the one option. But you can't go and embarrass him now. I don't feel that you need to embarrass him and leave him out of the squad. He's still a big part of that dressing room.
It is embarrassing.
I'm looking in from the outside, and I cannot understand what Chelsea are trying to achieve. They've got apparently 43 players, senior players at the club at the moment. Okay, that means that there's the best part of 20 are not going to be involved. How do they move them on? You know, how they've treated Conor Gallagher, for example, I think is a disgrace. They've been trying to force him out because he's come through the ranks, he's worth a lot of money, and if they sell him, that is clear profit to go against their profit and sustainability system. I cannot understand it, and you know, they're signing so many players and putting them on 6 and 7 and 8 year contracts. I just think they're building themselves a nightmare.
Can I bring up a chart which we're going to show you right now concerning the squad depth for Chelsea? Now, we talked about squad depth yesterday, I think, about how important it is, but this is overboard. There are 15 players who have been completely ostracised from training and being made to go in every day, be apart from the actual first team who will be part of the squad. It's
Romelu Lukaku is one of those, for example.
Unbelievable when you think of everything that he's achieved and the price tag he was bought for. Just looking at this, and I don't think this is even the full squad depth on your screens right now.
6 goalkeepers?
It's bizarre.
Different competitions, Gary.
It's really bizarre what position they find themselves in. I don't understand. I think some of those players are probably Abramovich era, some of them that's been brought in, but then they haven't shifted them on. You have to wait until you get past that when you've done some business to get them out of the door so you can bring new blood in. Right now, they're not even, they're buying new players.
That's the thing. I want to ask, from this list that you're looking at, which of these do you think makes sense that will actually strengthen a very, very big squad? Neto? I mean, he's the big money signing.
Neto's a brilliant signing, I think. Was Dewsbury Hall necessary? I'm not sure.
Maybe because Maresca had him at Leicester last year.
But there's no space. There's no space to be bringing in players. Tosin, was that necessary?
But he costs nothing, actually. He was a free, but I'm sure they're paying him a good salary.
You still don't have space.
No, sure.
So any of those players that they brought in, you don't have space for them. So you've got to get rid of players before you can bring in, and they've not even achieved that. So I don't know where they're at and what type of business they're doing here, but it does not make sense. Or they getting in players so the other players feel that they want to move on. You just mentioned Conor Gallagher. Yeah. Like the way they've treated a homegrown player like that, it just shows it's a recipe for disaster.